Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Henrik Zetterberg and the announcement that he'd be retiring from the NHL. Now, Ken Holland, the Red Wings GM, said today that Henrik Zetterberg and his career is at a halt at least, and right now he's not healthy enough to play in the NHL. At this point, Henrik Zetterberg's career is over. He's had injuries after injuries, and really, even though he has played quite a bit of games the last few years, he just has always had nagging injuries that has slowed him down and slowly teared his body apart. With Henrik Zetterberg, it's always been that back problem. That back has been nagging on him for the past 5 years. He's had surgery after surgery. He's recovered multiple times, but it seems like that back is always nagging on him every single year. And while he's still putting up points, it's obvious his body wasn't ready for the NHL level, and it's obvious that right now he's not an NHL player when it comes to his health. And of course, with those repeated back injuries, with the health being at an all-time low for Zetterberg, I think it was the right decision for both Ken Holland and Henrik Zetterberg to make. His career is over, but I think it's to the benefit of Henrik Zetterberg. Now, Henrik Zetterberg is one of the more decorated forwards in the league. Of course, he won the one gold Olympic medal at age 37. He's still a very solid player, even if he doesn't have that health anymore. He won that one Conn Smythe and the one Stanley Cup, of course, in 2008, I do believe. He was drafted 210th overall in the 1999 draft, being famous for likely the biggest steal of NHL history. In his career, he's been one of the best guys throughout all his career. He's been so talented, and especially throughout his career, he's put up so many points. He's played 1,082 games, had 337 goals, 623 assists for 960 points. Of course, was 40 off from the 1,000 point club. If he played another season and was healthy, he would likely get over that and would be above the 1,000 point mark. But it really does suck because he definitely deserves that 1,000 point mark. He's so talented, and he's been one of the more talented players in the league throughout his whole career. He definitely deserves to be over that 1,000 point plateau, but because of the health kind of slowing him down the last few years, he was unable to achieve that. But a few things are for certain. He's a Red Wings legend, one of the best Red Wings players of all time with elite company. He's been one of the best. He's been their best guy for the past decade and a half, really, and he's been turning that team into contenders after contenders and keeping that playoff streak going. And he's been one of the best Red Wings for a long time, but one of the best Red Wings forever, and I feel like that'll continue for quite a long time. Now, in my opinion, he's a for sure Hall of Famer. Even though he didn't pass the 1,000 point plateau, he's still a very good, well-rounded player and one of the more talented guys throughout the last decade in the NHL. I feel like he's a for sure Hall of Famer. I feel like he could even get first ballot. I feel like he's going to get in just because of how good he freaking was. But again, going back on his health, he was at age 37. The back problems have been going on for quite a while. I think that now was the time. The Red Wings weren't going to be really competitive anyways, even if Zetterberg wasn't there. So for me, I think he made the right decision. I think the Red Wings made the right decision in him retiring now. There really was no point if they were going to trade him or not, but really, there was no point because the team was likely not going to do too well even with him. But even if he did play next season, I feel like it would be pretty dangerous for him. Of course, he's had that back problems for quite a while. If he was really questionable going into this next season before we heard about retirement, it was really up in the air if he would actually play any games at all. So if he actually somehow played next season and got the A-OK to do that, I feel like it would be pretty dangerous for him with his back and with his health in general. So for him, I just wish that he can be healthy for his life. If he has kids or whatnot, he'll be able to play with them. He'll be able to have a good life after hockey. It's a lot better than getting injured for your last season. I'm just wishing that he has a good life after this and that he's able to actually do stuff that he wants to, because back injuries are pretty serious and they happen to a lot of people too. The back is one of the more fragile parts of the body, and especially when you get at his age, at age 37, it's going to start to fall apart. So I feel like he made the best decision here for his family, for his life after hockey, and right now I'm happy for him that he made the decision before it was too late. But even if it was a good decision for his afterlife, if it was a good decision for his life after hockey, I feel like it will definitely affect the Red Wings next season. Not having Henrik Zetterberg is going to be a serious problem for them. He was healthy throughout the last season. He still had a pretty decent season, and the Red Wings were still pretty crap. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Red Wings adapt to this, if they adapt at all, and of course how they'll play without their arguably best center. I mean, when you lose 56 points out of a team that was already in the bottom of the basement, it's not looking good for Detroit, at least on the offensive side next season. Their defense isn't looking too great either. So all in all, the Detroit Red Wings are not looking the greatest going into next season. It could still work out some way how some young players develop, but losing 56 points out of this lineup is not looking good. And especially when you use your legend, when you lose your Hall of Famer center, even though he wasn't that Hall of Famer center at age 37, he was still a fantastic, solid player throughout. And for the Red Wings, they're going to lose that guy. They're going to lose that impact guy every single night, and that's something that they really could not afford to lose. I already saw Detroit as a bottom 5, bottom 3 possibly type team, but losing Henrik Zetterberg makes it even worse, to where that some of those guys in the offense are going to have to step up to where they might not be ready for it. I'm kind of scared for Detroit's offense, how it's going to work. They got Dylan Larkin, but some other guys, I guess. But honestly, with losing Henrik Zetterberg is going to be a huge blow to this team. Even if he still had back problems, he was one of their best forwards anyways. And also for the Red Wings, losing their captain, losing the guy that they've had for so long now, it's going to affect some of those young players, it's going to affect some of the team as well, and it doesn't just affect them on the ice, it affects them a lot on the ice, but it affects a lot of it off the ice as well. Losing their captain to retirement is going to shake a lot of things up. Again, as you likely notice, I am wearing a Henrik Zetterberg jersey. I do love Henrik Zetterberg. He has such a unique style. He's so freaking talented, and he's one of the best players throughout the last decade, especially with the Detroit Red Wings. I wish him all the best in the life after hockey. I wish him best for retirement, of course. If he can get that health back, we will not see an NHL return, but I'm hoping that he can still walk, be a normal person again. But again, a huge congratulations to Zetterberg for a wonderful career, one of the best out there, and of course being one of the best Swedish players of all time. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about his retirement? How do you think Henrik Zetterberg shapes up with his career? Is he a Hall of Famer? And of course, how do the Red Wings perform after he retires? But that's what I have for today, guys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe. Again, tell me down below, what do you think of Henrik Zetterberg? What do you think of the situation here and him retiring due to injuries? And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.